Good morning. This is your friend, Dr. VHManríquez, chicken farmer to professor. Well, today we're looking at podcast Trucha camp history. Well, what is in the name Trucha? Just the name alone, Trucha. Well, about that, three things about it. Number one, the trout is California state fish, the golden trout, found in the very beautiful, rugged Sierra Nevadas. And somehow that fish got way up there. And some characteristics of the trucha fish, most fish swim downstream. And the trout, with a few others, potentially the bass and other similar fish within that family, swim upstream, particular focus on the trucha fish. And therefore, the fish swims upstream, doesn't go with the flow. It tests its physical endurance, mental stamina, and spiritual grit. And therefore, having the Trucha camp named Trucha Camp, Trucha, brings honor and homage to that little tiny fish that demonstrates spiritual grit, may get knocked down, but gets back up. The flow of society, for instance, going against it, but yet finds the sheer will and determination, potentially even a few breaks here and there, to continue on. The stronger the stream flow of water goes, the more tenacity that little fish has. Almost as if the divine God from above touches its spine and says, let's keep going. Keep on, keeping on. Don't be discouraged about your stature. Don't be discouraged amongst all the fish going downstream. Don't be discouraged that the flow of the stream is extremely speedy. You keep on going. You keep on going. And this is one of the reasons why the word trucha was selected, to give a name to a camp, a sports camp, but more than a sports camp. Here, trucha, the second point, trucha means someone that, it's not just an adjective describing the personality or the stature or physical dimensions of a person or the trucha fish. Trucha also means someone that shows action. There's an action here. And like the trout has physical and determination to continue on and mental tenacity to find a way to keep moving, and spiritual will and spiritual grit, constantly a prayer on the lips, going against the stream. In the like manner, someone that is trucha has these characteristics of action, that in spite of opposition stacked against, in spite of potentially systemic issues that aren't cutting a person a break or giving them the opportunity and making the playing field level, a person that shows trucha-ness or trucha tenacity or trucha will has a call to action, to be aware, to stand in times where most folks won't stand, to speak when it's not easy to speak, to continue forward, to make their family, their city, their state, their country, their world a better place. And so that's the second quality of what Trucha stands for. And then this third one, Trucha means, and finally means critical consciousness. Thank you to Dr. Juan Carlos Gonzalez, who was instrumental in unpacking what Trucha meant in English. And also to my mentor, Ramses Noriega, who helped design and unpack some of the Trucha camp concepts as integration of symbols and also action. So this third one, Trucha, critical consciousness, means that a person has a mentality that they're aware, the Trucha mentality. You're aware that the ground is ready for seeds. There might be some weeds, but you plant anyway. And pray to God that you yield good fruit from the seeds, from the investment. Critical consciousness also means someone that does what's good, what's right, and what's true. Good, right, and true. This is the Trucha code of ethics. When working in a small group, can you make decisions and actions? Doing what's true, good, right, and true. Standing up for the truth. Standing up for making decisions that will help your team in truth, not in lie. Typically, if there's one lie, I learned this from my mentor, Ramses Noriega. If you say one lie, you got to make 6 or 7 lies to cover up that one lie, and 7 and 8 lies to cover up those 6 and 7 lies, and therefore potentially drown in a pool of lies. And then there's a method of operating in some fantasy planet that is not reality. And therein lies the notion of the Trucha mentality. Do what's true, do what's good, right, and true. And these are 3 reasons why in the Trucha camp in the year 2000, 2001, when I entered the elementary school, and some children loved physical education, others did not. We decided, my advisor Noriega, there's some geese flying south for the winter. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if you saw it. You could definitely heard them. They're saying, Trucha for life, Trucha for life. Fly, even if it's hundreds and thousands of miles to get to safety. In there lies the idea of, when I entered the public school as a physical education teacher at the elementary school, I would say 2/3 of the students were happy to have phys ed and physical education, and then there was a third that did not. And therefore, the Trucha camp was designed for an outreach to share leadership, character development, and critical thinking with the integration of the California state standards and the Shape America national standards. An extra little bit of salt, a little bit of chile and limon, little something to spice it up. A nice grounded salsa with chile, tomate, cebolla, and garlic, a little bit of salt and lemon. Okay, back to the topic. Adding more to the pedagogy, the method of teaching, and anagogy. Thank you, Dr. Q at Fresno Pacific University, where anagogy, the teacher or instructor, is of a facilitator and is learning, guiding the learning process, and also doing, not just talking, but reflecting and applying concepts and principles that have been discussed. And so the method in Trucha camp integrated soft skills that children, research shows, we learn from the time we're born. And the more we interact with loving, caring adults and loving, caring peers, the more likely we are to have those traits as adults, as young adults in our youth, from toddler to adolescence to youth to young adults into adulthood. And this is the notion of Trucha Camp. And that's a little bit of history of why the name Trucha was selected. The tenacity of the trout to go against the stream, have the spiritual grit to keep on going, prayer in the lips, and also the word itself, meaning to integrate what's good, right, and true. So thank you for chiming in. Feel free to take a look at the trucha.org, truchacamp.org, to find more content. Okay, for now, this is your friend, Dr. Victor Hugo Manríquez, on the Trucha podcast. Take care. Stay tuned to learn a little bit more about Trucha Camp. Be blessed. Trucha for life.